What's up everybody, it's Frank the Tank, and for this video we're actually going to be doing a review video on the Storm Fate, the latest collaboration between Jason Belmonte and Storm. And you heard right, I'm actually doing a review for the first time in just over a year. The last one I did was, I think, on the Zero Gravity, an old ball that was made in like 2014 and discontinued within a year. I don't know. I don't remember the history of that, but it's been quite a long time, and here we are now, finally about to do another one. And you may be wondering, like, why the Fate? Why now? Because that ball was released in November of 2022, I think, and it's now June 2023 as I speak to you. So, yeah, quite late on that one. But the truth is, the past couple of months, since the release of the Fate, I've been getting DMs in my Instagram. I've been getting a couple comments in my videos asking if I would ever do a review on the Fate, and my honest answer was no, because I made it clear over a year ago with that after I made that Zero Gravity review video that I would cut back on the reviews because I really wanted to focus on myself. I wanted to focus on my game. I wanted to practice, get better, because I wanted to start doing leagues again, and I wanted to start doing some tournaments, really get myself out there to see where I really am at, because otherwise I'd be practicing for no reason. So I made the decision that I would cut the reviews out, especially because I felt like I was the odd man out now that, a lot of these other bowlers are stepping up to do reviews, like Darren Tang, Luis Napoles, a lot of other channels as well that I can't think of right now. But yeah, I felt like maybe it's best to leave it up to them to do it, and I would focus on doing this stuff instead. So now that I had made the decision not too long ago to cut back on the league videos for the summer, I now have a lot of time on my hands as a result, and I figured, why not, for old time's sake, do a review video, and what better way to get back to it than with the Fate. And yeah, in this video I am going to show you what it's all about and why I think you should get one. So let's roll the clip and see how this all goes. Oh yeah, and by the way, I forgot to mention this. It's not going to be done in the same way I used to do it, where in my old review videos, I played like 3 full games with the ball, and then I let you know like my thoughts and opinions and all that stuff on the ball. It's going to be a little bit different this time, so I just wanted to let you guys know that. Okay, you guys, so what you are about to see is me using the Fate for about 10 shots on a house shot. And the best part is, the lane is 100% fresh. So you're going to get to see what the ball looks like on a fresh house shot. Now, the big question is, can this ball be used when the lane is fresh? Or is this ball better used for when the lanes start to, break down? Because Jason Belmonte did mention in that video that he did about the Fate was that this ball is really good for transition. So we're going to find out if this ball can be used as well for, right out of the gate on a house shot. We're going to find that out right now. Okay, guys, so there you have the fate for 10 shots on a fresh house shot. So clearly, as you can see, it handles it just fine. It doesn't hook out of the building. It doesn't struggle to gain traction. It's really nice and lengthy, nice, clean change of direction, kind of a little bit of continuation I saw in there. It looks almost like a dark code, but taken down a notch. So a weaker dark code is what I see in this ball. So really, really nice. It's been proven that it can handle a fresh house shot, so you could definitely use this ball right out of the gate from the start, and you could definitely use it for when it starts to dry up and you need to move left, and I'm going to prove that to you in a little bit. And also, I do want to say, from my own experience, when I first threw this ball for like the first 2 games, fresh off the press, I did have a problem with it. It struggled to gain traction, and it was hardly any reaction at all down lane. And I realized that maybe this is that kind of ball that just needs to get some games on it, get some oil on that cover. So I gave it about a half a dozen games or so, and then finally the reaction started to come in over time. So I do want to warn you guys about that because it may happen to you. I don't know. I can't say that with 100% certainty. It may have just been me and the way I was letting go of the ball. I don't know. But I do want to let you guys know that because it may happen to you. Again, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so another thing that I want to talk about real quickly is the house shot that I was bowling on. So I kind of sort of know what it is. So check this out. The guy who works the lanes there, who does the lane maintenance, he showed me a picture of what it looks like. And I don't have that picture, and I didn't ask for it because I just feel like I feel like it's just a top secret thing that they don't really like to reveal to people. So I left it at that. But I got a good look at it, and it looks very much like the Stone Street pattern. And he didn't give me an exact number on the volume of oil, but he did say it has to be somewhere around 22, 23 milliliters of oil. He didn't know what it was, but he said it had to be somewhere around that. No more, no less. So Stone Street just so happens to be 23 milliliters of oil. And also, let's keep in mind that some number of months ago, I did say that they changed up their house pattern a little bit. They added more oil in the fronts. That was the biggest change that they did. So in conclusion, I think that I am bowling on the Stone Street pattern with more oil in the fronts. So if any of you out there feel like you're bowling on something like that, anything, something that's similar like this, or maybe the exact same, now you know what the fate could look like for you if you were using it. Okay guys, so for the next portion of this video, I'm going to be showing you some quick little comparisons with 2 other bowling balls. Now those 2 bowling balls are the Dart Code and the Hustle Wrap. Now the reason I chose those 2 bowling balls is because not only do I want to show you differences and similarities with the fate in length and ball motion, but I also want to demonstrate and prove why the fate is basically the ball that fits into the middle of your arsenal, and also why this is the perfect ball for when the lanes dry up. So that's what you're going to see right now. And also, I got to point out, the Hustle Wrap and the Dart Code are both going to be thrown down the lane on a fresh house shot. Meanwhile, the fate, the 3 shots that you're going to see with the fate, are going to be when the lanes have been slightly broken down. So you're going to see me moving left, basically playing on the same line that I will be playing with the Dart Code. And also, I guess I forgot to point out that it will be 3 shots of the Dart Code, 3 shots of the Hustle Wrap, and 3 shots of the fate. So let's get to it. Okay, so as you can see, the Fate is basically the perfect ball for when the lanes break down, and it is a great ball for starting right out of the gate. And yeah, as you can see, compared to the Hustle Wrap and the Dark Code, the Hustle Wrap is much lengthier, and it's not as powerful around the corner. I actually had to line up on board 20, as you guys saw with that ball, but the reaction is quite strong. You could see it kind of had a kick to it as well, and it had very strong continuation. And I will say that it did have a stronger layout compared to the Fade. It only had 60 by 5.5 by 60. It doesn't really have like crazy flare on it compared to the Hustle Wrap that had 60 by 4 by 30. That makes the ball flare like crazy. So despite that, I still had to stand on 20, despite the Hustle Wrap having the stronger layout. It didn't really have enough juice to get around the corner. I did test it out. I don't know why I didn't film that. I should have. But I did stand on the same board that I did with the Fate, and it didn't have enough juice to get back around the corner. And in fact, I remember some time ago in a tournament, I used the Hustle Wrap for much later in the block when the lanes were dry because I thought I could use it to, for when that whole right side was really dry. I thought I could count on the length to get it down there, but I clearly could not count on the back end to get the ball to go back and through the pins and really hit them and continue, because I would leave a lot of 10 pins and, just a lot of light hits. So the Hustle Wrap is clearly only good for the start of the game, and then, or maybe for like 2 or 3 more games after that. So it's only good for maybe half the block. And then the Dark Code is too much ball, period. The fact that I have to line up on 27 even when the lane is fresh, that tells you that's just way too much, too left to start out. And the Fate, well, didn't really have to show you what the ball looks like on the fresh because I already demonstrated that. But clearly, as you could see, the fact that I had to I could play the same line with the Dark Code when the lanes are kind of dried up shows you that this ball is just a great ball for when the lanes are drying up, and you can definitely count on the length and the back end to get the ball there and still do the work. So yeah, the Fate, this is why you need one. It's good on the fresh, and it's good for when the lanes dry up, especially for when the lanes dry up, because obviously that's going to happen to you one way or the other. There's no way that you can stick to the same line the entire time, unless you're in league, which is only like 3 games. But if you're in a tournament and the lanes are going to dry up, and you need that kind of ball to get left, and you need something with the right amount of length and the right amount of back end to get down there and back around the corner and really hit, and the Fate is that ball. So that's why you need to get yourself one of these. And now my last order of business is going to be, I have taken this ball to a different bowling center where their house shot is a lot harder. It's a lot shorter pattern. So yeah, even with weaker stuff, you still have to be quite left. For example, I remember trying out my Hustle Wrap in this different place, and I had to be like on 25 just to get the ball to the pocket, and that's a little too insane. So I'm gonna try this place. I'm gonna try out the Fate in this place to see how it handles it, and this is gonna further prove why the Fate is perfect just about anywhere on any pattern, unless it's definitely not for the heavier oil patterns, but it's definitely good for the medium stuff, definitely good for the shorter stuff. And I'm going to demonstrate that right here, right now. So let's check that out. Okay, you guys, so that was my take on the Fate. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I showed you why you need to get one of these. I demonstrated that this ball is good on the fresh. I demonstrated that it's good for when the lanes dry up. I demonstrated where this ball fits in your arsenal by putting it against a low performing ball, a high performing ball. I even took it to a different center where the lane is where their house shot is much shorter, lower on the volume, and it clearly handled it like a champ. So that is my take on the Fate. I love the ball. It has stayed in the bag for me, and I'm actually probably going to be taking it to a tournament that I'm going to be on in a few days. And I can't wait for that because, you know, it has been a while. I've just been doing nothing but practicing lately. I'm already starting to kind of miss the leagues, but I can't wait to get back into it. So, yeah, that's my take on the Fate. 10 out of 10. Perfect pearl ball. And I'm not just saying that because it's a Belmo ball. It has his name on it. Even if it didn't have his name on it, I still think this is a great pearl ball. And I think you guys definitely need to get one, especially because I just believe that this ball may get discontinued because if any of you saw, Belmo went live on the Storm Facebook page. And I think he announced that he has been working on another new ball with Storm. And I imagine that they're going to be letting us know what it is because real soon because the Bowl Expo is around the corner. And not only that, the word went around that, and if you watch Bowler's Rant, the YouTube channel, Chris Beans, he said that they're discontinuing like more than a dozen bowling balls, and he showed which ones they are. The Fate luckily wasn't one of them, but because Belmo announced this new ball, I imagine that the Fate might get discontinued because never has he had two Belmo balls on the active bowling ball list on Storm's website. Usually it's only one and then discontinued and then another one. So who knows? Maybe they might actually make some history and actually keep two active Belmo balls on the website. I don't know. But as far as I know, right now, it's not on the among that massive list of bowling balls that are going to get discontinued, and I really hope that it stays that way because the Fate is such a good ball. So that's my take on the Fate. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm Frank the Tank, and I will see you guys with another one. Until next time.